You know, one of the hardest lessons I've learned in crypto is this. Sometimes the biggest teacher isn't success, it's mistakes. And trust me, I've made plenty. Mistakes that didn't just sting a little, but cost me thousands of dollars. I'm not telling you this to scare you away from crypto. In fact, quite the opposite. I'm telling you this because every mistake has a lesson hidden inside it. And if you can learn from mine without having to lose your hard-earned money, then you're already ahead of where I was when I started. So in today's video, I'm going to open up about the exact crypto mistakes that drained my wallet, left me frustrated, and sometimes even made me question whether I should keep going. And more importantly, I'm going to show you how you can avoid them so that when the next bull run comes, you're not making the same errors I did. Grab a seat because this isn't just a list of, oops, I bought high, sold low. This is real, raw, and hopefully the video that saves you from losing thousands like I did. The first big mistake, FOMO buying. Let's start with the classic, the mistake that's probably burned more people than any other. FOMO buying. I remember one night back in the 2021 bull run, a meme coin was trending on Twitter. YouTube thumbnails were screaming 100x potential, and everyone in my group chat was bragging about how much money they were making. I told myself, okay, I'll just put a little in. The problem? I bought at the very top. Within hours, the chart started dipping. It's just a pullback, I thought. Then it dipped more. By the end of the week, the coin had lost more than 70% of its value. I had basically thrown money into the fire. Here's the painful truth. When you buy because everyone else is talking about it, you're often late to the party. The early adopters are selling while newcomers like me were buying. That's why FOMO is so dangerous. It makes you act emotionally instead of logically. The lesson? If you see a coin pumping like crazy, don't chase it. Take a step back, do your research, and remember, there will always be another opportunity. The second mistake, not taking profits. Now this one really hurt. Imagine this, you're holding a coin, it doubles, then triples. You're sitting there watching your portfolio climb higher and higher. And instead of locking in profits, you tell yourself, I'll just hold a little longer. What if it goes even higher? That was me with a certain altcoin. I bought in early, watched it pump 8 times and thought I was a genius. But I didn't sell. I kept waiting for that magical 10x. And then, almost overnight, the market flipped. The coin lost half its value in days, then more. By the time I panicked and sold, most of my gains had vanished. Here's what I learned the hard way. Unrealized gains aren't real gains until you actually take profits. It feels amazing. The lesson? Diversification is smart, but over-diversification is chaos. Instead of owning dozens of random coins, focus on a handful of strong projects you really believe in. Quality over quantity will always win. The fifth mistake, believing the hype. This one still makes me shake my head. In the crypto world, hype spreads like wildfire. I can't tell you how many times I bought into projects just because influencers were hyping them up. Fancy websites, slick marketing, big promises, I fell for it all. One coin I bought promised to revolutionize gaming. The trailer looked amazing. Influencers said it was the next big thing, and I jumped in. Fast forward 6 months, and the project was dead. The team disappeared, the website shut down, and the token was worthless. That was a harsh reminder that in crypto, not everything that glitters is gold. Marketing can be loud, but results speak louder. Now, whenever I see hype, I dig deeper. Who's behind the project? What's the roadmap? Are there real partnerships? If the answers aren't solid, I walk away. The sixth mistake, timing the market. Another huge mistake I made was trying to time the market perfectly. I thought I could buy the exact bottom and sell the exact top. Spoiler alert, I couldn't. Nobody can. I'd wait for the perfect entry, only to watch the coin run away without me. Or I'd hold too long, convinced the top hadn't come yet, and end up watching my gains evaporate. The market is unpredictable. News, sentiment, global events, they can flip the charts in seconds. Trying to predict every move will only drive you crazy. The smarter approach? Use dollar cost averaging. Invest small amounts consistently over time instead of betting everything on one perfect moment. It takes the stress out of timing and smooths out the volatility. The seventh mistake, ignoring fees. This one snuck up on me. I was trading frequently, chasing little price swings. Buy, sell, buy again. It felt exciting, like I was a day trader. But then I looked at my transaction history and realized just how much I was paying in fees. On some platforms, those fees added up to hundreds of dollars. And because I was making small trades, the profits I earned were often wiped out by the costs. It was a painful realization that fees eat into your returns faster than you think. These days, I'm much more careful. I choose platforms with lower fees, and I trade less frequently. Sometimes the best move is to simply hold. The eighth mistake, ignoring taxes. This is one nobody talks about until it's too late. After my first big gains, I was celebrating like crazy. But when tax season rolled around, reality hit me like a truck. I hadn't kept track of all my trades, and suddenly I owed way more than I expected. Crypto gains are taxable in many countries, and if you're not prepared, it can blindside you. I ended up scrambling through old transaction records, stressing for weeks, and paying a hefty bill. Now I use tracking tools and plan ahead. The lesson? Treat crypto like a real investment, because the tax man definitely does. The ninth mistake, following the crowd. Probably the biggest mistake overall was just following what everyone else was doing. When people said, "This is the next Bitcoin," I jumped in. When everyone panicked and sold, I panicked too. The problem with following the crowd is this: the crowd is usually wrong. By the time everyone knows about a coin, the smart money has already gotten in and is preparing to exit. The real profits come from independent thinking, doing your own research, trusting your own strategy instead of chasing what's popular. The 10th mistake, not having a plan. And finally, the mistake that ties all the others together. I didn't have a plan. When I first started, I was just winging it. Buy this, sell that, try to catch the next pump. There was no clear goal, no strategy, no exit plan. And because of that, I made emotional decisions that cost me thousands. These days, everything I do in crypto is guided by a plan. I know my entry points, my profit targets, and my risk tolerance before I even buy. And that's made all the difference. Looking back, every mistake I made was painful, but also priceless in terms of the lessons learned. FOMO taught me patience. Losing gains taught me to take profits. Security scares taught me to protect my assets. And over time, those lessons have made me a stronger, smarter investor. Crypto is exciting, yes, but it's also risky. The volatility that makes it so profitable is the same volatility that can wipe you out if you're not careful. And the difference often comes down to whether you avoid the mistakes I made. So there you have it, the crypto mistakes that cost me thousands and the lessons that came with them. I hope this video saves you from making the same errors, because if you can learn from my scars without having to earn them yourself, then you're already ahead. Share it in the comments. Let's build a community where we can all learn from each other. And if you found this video valuable, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more crypto insights, and turn on the bell so you never miss an upload. Remember, in crypto, mistakes can be costly, but if you learn from them, they can also be the stepping stones to your biggest wins. Thanks for watching, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next video.